Alrighty. Okay. If everybody can see me and hear me clearly, make sure you press F in the chat. And want to welcome everybody who's here so far. Very Princess Valentine. Yes, we are back to our regularly scheduled programming, or live stream in this case. Yeah, sorry about that technical difficulty, guys. Yeah, like OBS is just being a jerk to me right now. And I assume it might be the weight of the project file in Krita that might be slowing down OBS as well. But the good thing is that we are back, and hopefully there won't be any inconveniences like that. So yeah, for those who missed the first part, basically I was just welcoming everybody, making some small talk, and yeah, I haven't actually gone to do the major work on Jack in that first part of that introductory part of that stream. So yeah, so I guess you could consider this to be the official start of the stream. So yes, I welcome back Mimi and Daniel. Oh, and Jaden, welcome. And Inky, always nice to have you. And I'm sure you're gonna be happy that I have your favorite played in the background, Dexter's Laboratory, since this is a Getty Tarkovsky character that I'm working with right here. And we're gonna be working on it right now. Okay. Let's see. SpongeBob is asking if this means that I could delete the first stream, since I didn't really do anything because of the technical difficulties. Maybe, I could, or at the very least just unlist it. Okay, just selecting my colors here. Okay, so now we could get things really started. Okay, there we go. So yeah, everybody, how has your weekend been? Yeah, we're gonna continue with the small talk as I work on Jack over here. So yeah, feel free to leave me questions, interesting comments, because I enjoy reading them. So yeah, keep the conversation going as I work on this. Okay, yeah, like I was saying, yeah, I do agree with Fairy Princess Valentine's suggestion that it's just unlist the first part of the stream. Oh yeah, which episode is in the background? It's one where Dee Dee is basically abducted by aliens. And SpongeBoy, yes, I expected this question from you. Any cartoons that I've seen recently? I'm glad you asked, because over the weekend I was able to watch some oddities on YouTube, and it happens to be a VHS upload of a bunch of shorts that were done by DNA Productions. You know them, right? I'm Paul, but this is before Paul. This is during the Helix the Cat days of DNA Productions, before Jimmy Neutron. Back when they did a lot of mostly NSFW shorts like Nana and Little Puss Puss. That was a good series. Like really edgy stuff than we're used to from seeing like with Jimmy Neutron. And yeah, in general, I do like watching the early cartoons from animators and studios who would eventually become famous for something else. Whether it be with Danny Antonucci and Whoopo the Butcher, and even the Buster's Grunt, I think, is not that bad. He did those before he was dared to make a kids show with Ed, Ed and Eddie. And even with Craig McCracken, the Whoop-Ass Girls, which will become the Powerpuff Girls, given that they're named the Whoop-Ass Girls, then it means that they're not really for kids. And there's also No Neck Joe, which Craig did for Spike and Mike. And, I mean, most of the shorts, like, No Neck Joe in general is innocent by Spike and Mike, Sick and Twisted Festival of Animation standards. But then there's at least a couple of them that go into that NSFW territory. Including one where that involves No Neck Joe wanting to get hickeys, like kiss marks on the chin or the neck. But being No Neck Joe, he doesn't have a neck. So yeah, a couple of them I don't recommend watching if you're too young. But otherwise, No Neck Joe is something that, compared to some of the other Spike and Mike cartoons, they're like, this is fine enough. And yes, the episode is called Space Case, so thanks for reminding me, SpongeBob. Oh, let's see. Mimi's accent. What are my thoughts on 101 Dalmatian Street and Spliced? Because he's been hyper fixated on them. I haven't seen 101 Dalmatian Street yet, even though I know it's on Disney Plus. But Spliced, I remember watching in 2012 the most. This was back when Teletoon was still alive, but the same year that the other Cartoon Network Canada was once, the one that's now called Boomerang Canada. And yeah, I'm not gonna bother confuse you any further, but yeah, Spliced was a good show. I don't know, they kind of had, the two main characters kind of had a Ren and Stimpy dynamic to them. Perry in particular is kind of like Ren if he wasn't a psychopath. And Entree I liked as well, thought it was funny. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen it though. I think I might see one episode of it last year or so. If not, maybe less than 2 years ago. But yeah, I probably should do like a serious rewatch of it. Okay, since I'm gonna be covering some white elements, so turn off the white background. There we go. Let's see. Anything else that I'm missing here? And yes, exactly, SpongeBob. Katie Crown is in Splice as Patricia the Platypus, who I like because, she's the one actual animal species in that series. In case you don't know what Splice is about, Spliced is about all these mutant animals based on like that one book, The Island of Dr. Something or other, and yeah, but Patricia is, her being a platypus, which is basically half duck, half beaver, that's a real species, and, she's casted as the voice of reason, trying to make sense out of the antics of this one character who is half pig, half cow, half strip, half chicken, and another who is, we don't know exactly what Perry is. He may be half a cat or something, or half octopus. Although there is a character in it who is more obviously a half cat, half octopus, who Katie Crown also voices. And yeah, that show was my introduction to Katie. Yeah, this was years before I realized, oh yeah, she's also Izzy in Total Drama, and that character is my favorite role of Katie's. So that's why I was thinking to myself, when I watched Storks in Cedars, and when I saw the end credits and saw that Katie was the voice of Tulip, I was thinking to myself, oh yeah, that's the woman who voiced the platypus from Spliced. That's cool. An actual voice actress instead of, just a big name celebrity in the main cast as the deuteragonist. Has any of you seen Saber Sparks' latest video about voice acting in Hollywood? It's a really good watch. Let's see here. Uh, yeah, Simpsons fans say that Bye Bye Bunny got canceled by Warner Bros. Discovery. Yeah, I heard that it's actually in limbo. It might not be like on HBO Max, but I hear that they might be shopping around for a distributor. But yeah, the worst case scenario is that it is fully canceled, like how they cancel Scoob, Holiday Haunt to be exact. But we Scoob was almost done, like 90 something percent done. Like they just needed some things in post production to fix up, kind of like how the second season of Baby Blues had some things to fix in post production, but otherwise it was mostly done. But Warner Bros. Canceled it anyway and written it off for taxes, I believe. Well, yeah, I'm hoping with Bye Bye Bunny, it is able to actually be made. And I really do like the song that Eric Balza sung that was posted on social media the other day. A really nice song of Bugs contemplating his fame, asking, why does he have to be Bugs Bunny? Why can't he just be a bunny? Let's see here. Oh, Mimi saying, my cat's currently chilling in my room. Her name is Luna, and like I said before, she's my cat. She's a goofball, but she's a sweetheart as well. Oh yeah, I may be wrong, but I think you might have posted videos of your cat Mimi. Yes, I'm a cat lover, so I'm happy to hear that she's with you. And let's see, SpongeBoy saying that if you didn't know, the reason why Katie is in Storks is because she was meant to just do the temp voice for Tulip so that a more famous person could voice her in the film, but the crew loved it so much that she was kept in the final product. And as a result, she got top billing in the promotional material for the film alongside the celebrities. Yes, and that is the number one thing. I mentioned this before, but it's the number one thing that I appreciate about Storks. And I remember listening to an interview on the Nighttime Show, which is hosted by her co-star on Storks, Stephen Kramer, who voiced Pigeon Toady. Katie said that she wasn't sure if she might be able to get the temp voice part, but luckily she did. And I did a short talking about how Katie got the role of Tulip, but to tell you the truth, I actually wanted to do it as a full-length video, but this is a fun fact that I needed to share immediately. That's how I felt, so I just thought about doing it as a short. But let me know if you guys would like me to go more in depth about Storks and the character of Tulip, and how Katie Crown was awesome in that role, and how she deserves more appreciation in general. Let me know if that should be a full video I should do in the future. I just realized that I should probably turn off the sketch layer. There, that's better. There we go. Oh. Oh wait, okay, so to clarify about what I meant about me seeing videos of your cat Mimi, I just saw the thumbnails when I was looking through your channel, but I don't recall looking at watching the videos themselves, even though I should. Oh, let's see. Carter saying that that he made his logo remakes. That's cool. I do know that with my classic logo remake part series, it has inspired some imitators, mostly out of respect for my work. You know what they say, imitation is the greatest form of flattery. And let's see. How about Amphibia? Oh yeah, assuming that this is relevant to me talking about Katie Crown, yeah, she's in that show too as Ivy Sundew, another one of my favorite roles that she did, and one of my favorite Amphibia characters in general. Yeah, that show recently turned 5 years old, and once again I have to thank Jason for motivating me to become almost, emphasis on almost, as big of a fan of it as he is. Okay, so I got the basics down with current Jack, but since you know the most recognizable thing, or one of the most recognizable things about Samurai Jack and its style is how there's barely any outlines. So yeah, I'm gonna be removing some of the outlines where it's not needed, because you know, even though I like to incorporate my style into my fan art, I also like to incorporate traits of the original source material style. So with that, I'm gonna be removing some of the outlines to Jack and coloring some of them right now. Probably should just move down the reference photo, this one here. Sorry, Patsy. There you go. It's the same shade of gray as like where his sleeves are. So yeah, let's go do that. And let's see. Sports boys say that hopefully these logo remake imitators won't be as bad as those cheap logo remakes that amateur people did, or those effects videos of the same thing. What got you, Klosky Chupo? Yes. I don't know if I said this before. Yeah, I think I did in my ranking of the Klosky Chupo logos, about how awesome it is that Klosky Chupo themselves are aware of how much the logo community loves to remix their logos, mostly Splat. You know, I wonder what Klosky Chupo are doing now. I know that they're really a shell of what they once were, and even with the Rugrats reboot, which at most they seem like they're involved with it in name only. That show a few months ago was removed off of Paramount Plus. Unfortunately, even though they had like another season in the works. So yeah, Paramount Plus was basically doing their own like version of the HBO Max Purge, which I can't believe it's already been 2 years since that happened. Let's see. And yes, Greg Sipes, aka Beast Boy and 2012 Michelangelo, is the voice of Splat. Thought he did a good job. Let's see. Mimi's asking, any thoughts on Hatsune Miku? I'm not familiar with her, honestly. Okay, so yeah, the Rugrats reboot is officially cancelled, and there is another season coming. Yeah, I could have swore that I heard that they had some episodes completed, but they didn't bother air them yet. Or maybe they did on the main Nickelodeon channel. I'd probably have to remind me of that situation. Oh, and you also say that, funny enough, Samurai Jack does use the thick outline style that other Cartoon Network shows utilize, except there are no black outlines at all in the show. Yes. And Genndy Tartakovsky said that he was inspired by this one Japanese animated film, which the name of it escapes from me at the moment, but I remember the newsletter called Animation Obsessive doing an article about that Japanese movie. And yeah, it was one of the inspirations for the series. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, SpongeBoy. Yeah, that's something that confused me too. With that Dexter's Lab DVD, to just skip right to the Justice Friends segment. And yeah, I think they removed the second airing of Dexter's Rival on the DVD is because, you know, it's just Warner Bros. Thought it might be too redundant. Oh yeah, if I were to choose between these two backup segments on Dexter's Lab, I do like the Justice Friends a bit, especially like whenever the puppet pals show up. But otherwise, I don't know. I think I get more enjoyment out of Dial M for Monkey. But neither of them are as good as the mainline Dexter segments. Like, in general, it's rare that the middle segments of a cartoon are as good as the main stuff. Of course, as you may know, I think Evil Concarne is an exception in which it's equally as good as Billy and Mandy. That's my opinion, though. Okay guys, just want to let you know that if you're enjoying the stream so far, that make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more streams like this. And also, feel free to leave those live reactions in the chat. You know where the buttons are with those emojis. Hit those live reactions if you're really enjoying this. Let's see. SpongeBoy is saying the reason why the reason why Dexter's Rival was reused rather than making a new segment is because its fellow segment, Fallen Justice Friends, Man Darker, is a sequel to Dexter's Rival. Yes, that's true. So that's why they had to establish, just to give viewers a refresher of the context of Van Dark's return in the series, because with only 7 minutes, they can't really have like too long of a flashback in Mandarker itself of what happened. The most we have is that nightmare Mandark has uh, with Dee Dee destroying his laboratory. What happens in Dexter's rival itself. And speaking of Mandark, I'm just thinking about how, his voice actor Eddie Deason, he was the go-to guy for voicing nerdy characters. Whether it's him, or whether it's Mandark, or Ned from Kim Possible, or that blonde kid from the Polar Express who's always in those memes, or that one comedian from that Duckman episode where Duckman gives his famous speech about comedy. Yeah, like I think there's some legal issues with him why he isn't acting anymore. But part of me misses those days when Eddie Deason was like, well, always typecasted as those geeky characters. And I just remember he's also wary in Lloyd in Space as well, a show that still needs to be on Disney Plus. Okay, how are we doing so far? Okay. Episode. I'm gonna be removing the outlines over here. Let's see. Carter saying that I forgot to say, let's not forget the shenanigans of Ashley, Warrior Wear, from Warrior Wear. To be honest, I don't get the context behind your comment there. Sorry, Carter. You might have to fill me in. Let's see. Oh yeah, Fairy Princess is saying, and speaking of Samurai Jack, I think I'll do one of my crossover fan art someday. I still go with Drag as Si Zhao or something. Yeah, I haven't seen Si Zhao, but I know that the show is basically about this boy with a girl superhero alter ego. Is it ahead of its time? Is it problematic? I don't know. I'm not the person to go into details about that, especially since, again, I never even seen Si Zhao yet, and the most I know about it is that it's the one cartoon from Shorty McShort Shorts that actually became a series out of all of them. Well, unless you count Flip Flopped, which is a cartoon about kids who are the parents and adults who are the children, because that became Growing Around. I'm joking. Growing Around is, of course, the Mysterious Mr. Enters project that takes that concept and tries to make it better, I guess. I don't know. Like I understand his intentions, but based on the reception of the book that he made of his concept, as well as that Kickstarter campaign or that crowdfunding campaign to get the pilot done, I don't know. It'll be nice to say that hopefully he goes back to the drawing board and make it more appealing. Oh, okay, so Eddie Deason, he's doing cameos currently. Not to mention, he did leave LA shortly after retiring and currently lives in Cumberland, Maryland. Oh, okay. Okay, so he's basically retired. To be honest, I thought that, I don't know, I vaguely recall some legal issues with him, which is why he's not doing any voice acting, but he's just flat out retired. But yeah, good to know that he still has fans enough for him to get some cameo requests fulfilled. And let's see here. Oh, let's see. Fairy Princess asks that she has a lot of crossover ideas for Jackie. So did anyone want the list? Okay, yeah, I could see the list. I don't know. Kind of wondering if Johnny Bravo is on that list for properties for Jack to cross over with, because I know people really like that one Cartoon Network City bumper of the two of them at the laundromat. And Mimi saying, anywho, back to the cat. For some reason, when Luna gets the zoomies, she always runs into my room and then gets out. My cat's confusing sometimes. Yes, to quote Patrick, the inner mechanisms of cats are an enigma. If I'm getting that quote correctly, of course I'm mostly paraphrasing. Oh, okay, so Eddie Deason is retired from voice acting, but he does do some on-screen acting on very rare cases. Oh, okay. Okay, so here's Fairy Princess Valentine's list. Okay, so number 1, some kind of goth attire. Number 2, Cyber Cupid. Number 3, as C Zhao. Number 4, as Seagull from Kim Possible. Number 5 as Jin Kazama from Tekken. Number 6 as Lance Lunas from Semion Titan. Number 7 as Yu-Gi-Oh! Continued. Number 8 as Dave Phantom. Number 9 as Shiro along with Lance as Keith Kugan and from Legendary Defender. And number 10 is Katana from the DC Comics. And number 11 is Zatanna, also from DC Comics. And number 12 as a Star Sapphire, or Violet Lantern Jack from Green Lantern. Oh, okay. Okay, so first we want to say that's an interesting list you got there, Sierra. And Simpsons fan, I want to answer your question. Any tips for cartooning because you want to get better? Okay, so one basic tip that I have for you, Simpsons fan, is, basically look at some of your favorite cartoons and take some influence from them. And make sure that the head and the face and the body proportions are appealing. Definitely look at some classic cartoons and some of your favorite TV cartoons for some inspiration. And also, guidelines could help you. For example, drawing a rough circle shape and some guidelines like a horizontal line and a vertical line where the face is supposed to be, so you can have the facial features be properly aligned. So yeah, overall, make sure that you don't give up, and make sure that you continue to get better. I hope you appreciate my advice. Oh wait, the list continues from Fairy Princess. Number 13 is Iris from Wally Rock, and then 14 is the Sailor Guardian transformations as Sailor Moon. Number 15 is Winx Club transformations. Wow, so you're gonna be busy, Sierra, with all those ideas. Oh, and still continues. Number 16 is Witch transformations. Nice. Oh, Boy. Yeah, I already saw that Monkey the Channel, which is the YouTube account of the Hanna-Barbera Screen Caps Twitter account. Yeah, he's been uploading Sheep in the Big City in high quality, based on the HBO Max Latin America rips. Yeah, I watched one of the episodes on there, and I left a comment saying that I'm glad that Sheep in the Big City is able to be seen without the higher pitch audio or the Boomerang Australia bug in the corner. Although he says that the only downside is that episodes 2 and 3 of season 1 has all the mini segments cut out and just contain the main sheep story, which means that they're 16 minutes long. Even the rant and sweet segments at the end, they're cut out too. Oh man, and those are among the best parts of the show, that rant and sweet. Like even people who barely remember the show, they remember that rant and sweet, and the angry scientist. It's okay, Sierra. Yeah, that was a good list. With those ideas you have there. Let's see. Mimi say that I feel like if I said any of my unpopular opinions on Twitter, a lot of people would get mad at me easily. And yes, I refuse to call it Twitter. I refuse to call Twitter X. X is a white name. Just bring back the bird. Yes, I know it's been a year since Twitter was renamed X. But yeah, I still call it Twitter too. But yeah, about unpopular opinions, it's probably to go back to this. Yeah, I feel people by now should have the common sense to know that, hey, it is an opinion. I mean, you're free to disagree with the opinion. You're free to change people's mind about their opinion, like if you feel that it's really illogical. But at the end of the day, it is still an opinion. Should not be nobody should be getting too much hate for having an opinion, even if it may come off as a bit controversial. I mean, it may depend on how controversial the opinion is. Again, there should be some room for like people to argue the validity of, you know, the opinion in question that the person may have. Okay, so in the earlier part of the stream, like before OBS started acting up, I said this was going to be one of the shorter streams compared to last weekend's, since what I'm doing is just focusing on Jack being colored. So once I am done with coloring Jack, I will be talking with you guys a little bit more and then wrapping up. Or what's you want me to like add a basic colored background to this? And any like minor touches I could do after the stream and before I post Jack over here. Let's see here. See if there's anything else that I'm missing. Oh, let's see. Out of all of the ideas on Fairy Princess Valentine's list, which one I think Cisa do first? Let me just go back to that list. Let's see. I don't know. Probably just to stick with the let's see. Probably the one with Lance. Number 6, since you know, Gendy Tarkovsky have that theme running, and Inky's saying that fun fact, Dexter is the Mickey Mouse of Cartoon Network. In a way, yeah. I remember watching a video debating on who could be considered Cartoon Network's mascot, and yeah, Dexter can be seen as the Mickey of Cartoon Network, since you know, like how Mickey put Disney on the map, Cartoon Network was really put on the map thanks to the success of Dexter, and then the Powerpuff Girls will be even more successful just a couple of years later. Oh yeah, but Simpsons fans say I feel it's more like Bugs Bunny or Scooby Doo. Yeah, I think Scooby in particular, he had a lot of screenplay on Cartoon Network between the 90s and I guess at the latest, the mid 2010s. Although in terms of characters that Cartoon Network themselves created, yeah, it could be either. It also depends on the era. If it was during the Powerhouse era, then it could be Dexter and the Powerpuff Girls. If it's the City era, you know, it could still be those characters, but you know, since they have already ended by the time the City era came out, you could argue that it's Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends and Billy and Mandy and Kids Next Door and Ed, Ed and Eddie that are the top series of the network at that era. Oh, I just remembered. Going back to your question, SpongeBoy, about the cartoons I've been watching, I watched some of the Camp Roswell live stream that's on Cartoon Network's official YouTube channel. Of the few episodes I remember watching, there's one where Lumpus is ready to see a comet that was named after him, but Roswell, Raj, and Quam keep disturbing him by keeping their lights on in their cabin. That was a really good episode. Like when I watched that stream, you know, it made me be like, yeah, I'm starting to like Camp Roswell more. I'll admit, whenever I include Camp Roswell in my Cartoon Network Doodles videos, it's mainly as filler, honestly. Even though I do like it to an extent, I've always thought it was watchable. But I wasn't madly in love with Roswell, like how I love Rocco Martin's wife as far as Joe Murray's content is concerned. But I don't know, I'm just starting to like it more. A little bit more, based on what I'm watching from that live stream. Oh, Stephen, hey, what's up? Yeah, so I'm almost done with my Samurai Jack fan art. Yeah, I know it's been forever since I promised that I'll finish it. But yep, I'm gonna be working on it now. Well, I'm soon done with coloring it, I should say. And yeah, let's see here. Oh yeah, Simpsons fans saying that I should watch Cat Burglar. It's very entertaining. Yes, it is entertaining. I did watch it on Netflix once, or play it, I should say. I think I tried it. I think I lost 2 times, but then the third time was the charm, and I was able to win it. And that was a really good looking cartoon. A better Tex Avery revival than the actual, in big quotation marks, Tex Avery revival that Deke Entertainment did. I rewatched SC Media Works history video on Deke Entertainment, and yeah, he really didn't like the wacky world of Tex Avery. And I don't blame him. I remember watching it on Netflix many years ago, and I'm like, sure, but what does this have to do with Tex Avery? And well, now I know the reason. It's basically because his grandkids needed money for college. Which is kind of sad to know that somebody who left such a mark on anime cartoon history, yeah, apparently he wasn't profitable enough that his grandkids will have enough money for college, which is unfortunate. But that's the reason why Tex's name is on the wacky world of Tex Avery to begin with. Oh, just realized that I'm coloring where the hands are, but it should be like where the finger area is. Like about here. see, there's anything else. Oh, let's see. Oh, SpongeBob said that he made a recreation of episodes 2 and 3 with the main segments, although there's still the Boomerang Australia rips, but at least he pitched it down to be NTSC. That's cool. And yeah, that is a good idea, Fair Princess Valentine. Like, make it be a bird pink heart background out of the Powerpuff Girls for your idea of. I'm trying to remember, which idea is it? Is it the one that I say, the Symbiote idea, or is it this one that I missed? Jack dressed as Madonna in her Material Girl music video. And yeah, Carter, you're welcome for me acknowledging your comments. But yeah, it just have to be pasted when I get to acknowledge it, the comments, and I don't get to acknowledge all of them. Even though I do enjoy talking to you guys, I also have to like multitask with talking and finishing the art. Once again, if any of you are just tuning in, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more streams like this, and hit those live reaction emojis in the chat. Okay, I probably should lower this reference photo down a bit too. There we go. Okay, now got me broke the outlines of his skin here. Let's see here. Oh, okay, take care, Albroth 3000. Okay, so Steve is liking my Samurai Jack drawing so far. Thank you. Once again, I do like to combine my default art style with the art style of the source material whenever I'm doing fan art. Even though there was a period of time when I'll just try my best to make the fan art look as accurate as possible, then I'll start to like make it much more like my default art style, and then eventually it became more of an in-between mixture of the original style and mine. So yeah, soon done here. Let's see. Enki said that he wishes that Dexter's Lab would get a reboot. It can't be popular and iconic. Yeah. Hopefully, if they do a reboot of it, they have to do a lot to justify its existence and make it be as good as the original, and not be like the Powerpuff Girls 2016 reboot of the Powerpuff Girls. I don't know, I think 78 episodes of Dexter, as well as a lot of comic books, I think that's a good enough lifetime for Dexter, in my opinion. Oh, number 1507 is here. Hey, welcome. Uh, okay, so what did you miss? Oh, you missed most of the current of Jack. What I have to do here is just a current, like, where the outlines are. Now, this step could be a little bit tedious. So, just remember to keep the conversation going. Leave me some interesting comments. Bring up what's been going on in the world of animation and entertainment in general, and leave me any questions that I'll be able to get to. There we go. Oh, yes, Kristen, I do know that Tom Kenny was the voice of Scaramouche in the the fifth season of the show that aired on Adult Swim. Is it Scaramouche or Scaramouche? I don't know. I don't think I've seen the fifth season of Samurai Jack at all, though. Although I am aware of the spoiler regarding how it ends. Which I feel like I'll be nice enough and not bother spoil it to anybody else who hasn't seen the fifth season. The one character in the show that I think is funny is the Scotsman, who, in my opinion, is the most John DiMaggio character that John DiMaggio has ever voiced. You know, he just like John himself, and also for that matter, King Zog from Disenchantment. He's this big redhead guy, this big wild redheaded guy, and one moment that I remember from the show is when the Scotsman is basically insulting Jack, like for about 20 seconds, and he went as far as to call Jack soy-based, and I'm like, oh boy. He called him soy-based. That is an insult. That is an insult if there ever was one. Okay, so we're almost done here. Hey there, what's going on, Aditra? Nice to have you. But it's okay, it's good that you get your exercise. But yeah, I am gonna be almost done with Jack here. Oh, you take care of yourself, too, Daniel. Good night. And Ethan is saying that this is cool. Thank you. Like that episode where Dexter and Dee Dee are basically turning into bigger and more hideous monsters. Okay, so now I'm gonna be doing his sword. Once again, like any like minor touches, I'll be doing after the stream and before I post it. I think I'm speeding it up by increasing the brush size. There we go, like so. There we go. Okay, that was auto saving. Let's see. Okay, so Chris is asking, who's my favorite Samurai Jack villain aside from Aku? The thing is, I haven't watched a lot of Samurai Jack, but I guess I'm gonna have to go. I guess I have to bring up the Scotsman again for basically the reason that I described earlier with how John DiMaggio did a great job voicing him, and how he is the most John DiMaggio role that has ever been created. And I love that one overly long insult that he gave Jack in that one episode, like I mentioned earlier. There's a full version of that Cartoon Network Studios logo with Dexter bursting out in his robot. That is one of the only pre-2020 logo remakes that still holds up in my opinion. And yes, I definitely know, Deetra, that Dexter's Lab has gone the rest of its seasons onto DVD just a couple months ago. Yeah, definitely something that was overdue for a show as important as this one. Okay, so let's finish auto-saving. Might as well just play it again, because there were like a few episodes that were missed before the stream, or at least this part of the stream got started. Okay, now I'm gonna be covering like the shine on his sword. So yeah, and with this gonna be done with Jack. And where is that airbrush? Yeah, there it is. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay. There we go. And for the darker shade, like so. Alright, so let's move these out the way. And okay, so there we have it. We got our boy Jack over here. And okay, maybe I'll put on just some background to see how he'll look. like a simple background. Alright, let me try this one. Like I'll fix it up like after stream, but let's see how he looks with solid color background. See. Looks good, right? I hope you appreciate the almost final results of your requests of Fairy Princess Valentine. For sure I'm gonna be posting it once I'm fully done with it. But for now, since it's already getting late in my neck of the woods, I'm gonna be calling it a night with this. So yeah, that means pretty much all of the Cartoon Network doodles that were done last August are being taken care of. And thank you to everybody who has given your positive reception to the doodles that I shared so far. And I can already tell that you're already liking what I did with Jack too. Okay, I'm gonna talk with you guys a little bit more before I wrap up though. Oh, let's see. Actually, the 25th anniversary of Courage is gonna be in November. November 12th to be exact, Enki. The same day as Mike Wu and Ugg. Raise your hand if you actually care about Mike Wu and Ugg, though. Okay, so, Sierra appreciates the Jack drawing. She thinks it's amazing. Thank you. And let's see. And yes, you have a good night too, Deidre. Okay, I remember Spud's boy say that that's all folks, but nope, he's staying. Yeah, just gonna be talking with you guys just a little bit more. See, Kristen saying that Demongo from Jack is voiced by Kevin Michael Richardson. That's awesome. Always love Kevin Michael Richardson's work. After all, as I mentioned in my recent Grover Guys documentary, he's the inspiration for Mikey. And yes, it is gonna be time to go. So yeah, you take care of yourself, Fairy Princess Valentine. And yeah, we're gonna be ending things right now. So once again, I have to thank you all for tuning in. Once again, I have to apologize for the technical difficulties that happened that caused me to restart the stream. But fortunately, you enjoyed what has been going on within this past hour, with the stream working out well. It's been a good turnout. So yes, you all have a nice, safe, and fun start to your week tomorrow. Get some rest, stay healthy, and look forward to more fun content like this. Make sure you hit that like button and you subscribe. Woohoo! Says Carter. Yep. And peace to you too, Spuds Boy. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for when this Jack drawing is posted. And take care.